Feel that vibe like the summertime lightning. Living without you feels like dying. I don't wanna be alone. If you're with me, come on with me. Got the whole world singing with me. I don't wanna be alone. I know there's something to say for how this feeling will fade. Oh, how I wish it would stay until the end of my days. The lows, the highs, the way you glow, you change your mind, you free your soul.
Are you bringing us in?
Good morning, folks.
It's not morning.
It could be.
Somewhere it's morning.
What about for second shifters? It's morning.
How's everybody doing?
Happy Thursday, folks. CBC Down and Back podcast here. Your host, co-host. That's us.
It's Scott, your host.
What?
This is the co-host. We all know it.
God is good. That's right, Justin. That's right, Justin. You give Bill a little bit of an ego check, and he gets a little bit crazy, man. But he's got his beard done. The hair looks good. He's in the 4 Bags Cornhole. Bill, you sponsored by 4 Bags?
Looking good today, man. I had to represent the 4 Bags because my boy Patrick Landrum is back on the scene, freaking winning tournaments, wearing his 4 Bags. Yeah, hefty lefty, man. He's back.
Patrick Landrum is back, coming off of, I think, rotator cuff surgery, something with the shoulder, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people going through medical stuff right now. Nate Stevens, dude, prayers for you, big dog.
Get
if
your
you're
prayers
watching,
out there for everybody, man.
Yeah. And then R.I.P. Larry Dunklin,
Yeah,
too,
Larry, man. Rest in peace, brother. I mean, Larry was from everything I saw and everything I heard about Larry, I think I only met him one time, but just a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, and he fired up to play. You know, he does get a little rowdy from what I've seen and heard, but Larry, man, great dude. He's got a great following, and unfortunate to hear about his passing this last week. Life is precious, folks.
Yep.
Pay attention. Be happy that you're throwing bags, you know. If you miss a bag in the hole and you're upset, you need bigger problems.
I get upset, folks. I get upset.
You should have seen, folks, speaking about sponsorships today, if Bill and I end up, if CBC, you know, toils someday, if that's the right word, if it just falls into the abyss, the shots we were hitting yesterday, we deserve some sponsorships.
Folks, I've been working on a shot for a month. Brand new shot. Nobody does it. I've been working on it for a month. Tried to hit it. Dylan says it's impossible. Can't do it.
No, I never said it was impossible.
You said there's no
Never.
freaking what. I did it yesterday. It was the funny thing is about this shot. We were talking about recording maybe 5 minutes prior to this. I'm like, nah, I don't record today. We're fine. And then I hit this shot. It was the most insane shot I've ever hit.
It's an and one, but it's so unorthodox that it needs its own name. We just haven't figured it out yet. So we don't even really want to explain it to you guys because you guys might try to make it your own. And
yeah,
really,
I don't want to talk about
Bill's
it.
shot.
I'm gonna be hitting this shot more, especially when Ian Stokel and I play a tournament together. I'm gonna show him the shot, and then he'll be able to hit it after that.
Appreciate that, Ian.
What up, Ian? Good to see you, big dog. Good to see you, man. Ricky, let's go. Sing in the chat there. We got Ed, Justin Hollis, Joey. What's going on? Graybill, what up, big dog?
Folks,
Good to
welcome
see you,
in, man. We got a few things to cover. We got the winner's circle. We've got the recap from the mobile major, and then we've got family picks for the Chicago Major. CBC, I mean, we've been busy this last couple weeks or so, and so no guests tonight, just me versus Bill, because I think there might be some news in the point standings after this last week, just saying.
Some news. Do I even know this?
Yeah, new world record. But...
Oh, yeah, I know what we're talking about here.
But who knows? We'll see. All right, let's get into the winner's circle. I think we've got a few of them. What up, Ron? What up, Jordan? Let's go, folks.
All right. Here we go. Number 1, Shannon, always on here, a staple in it. She's going to be on here 5 more times, I bet.
Yeah, Shannon's been getting after it.
So we had a little discussion on Facebook the other day when Shannon, was in the family chat and typed in how she likes slow bags, even though she could put more in the hole with fast bags. Same here. I can put more in the hole with fast bags. Slow bags are just freaking fun, man. You
Yeah.
can do wild stuff with them. I love it. Congrats,
Did you see that Shannon almost beat Russell Tabers the other night? In singles. She threw a 9-9.
She sent me the stuff.
Crazy.
Russell threw like a 10-1 or something. Yeah, awesome.
Shannon's somebody to look out for, man.
Shannon and I are even playing co-ed once or twice next year, I think. So you're gonna have to stream alone.
We're gonna have to keep an eye out for Shannon's application for CBC sponsorship this year. You have to look for it.
Shannon's
the
awesome.
man himself here, the hefty lefty.
He's
son,
back
in the cutoff with the shades, 4-bag shirt, CBC hat, and some freaking Ronins in hand. That's what I'm talking about, son. You look good, you throw good, and hefty lefty. I mean, he's a staple for that. The standard is here.
Good to see you back, big dog. Love it, man.
go.
Congratulations. I love it.
Gray Bill, son. My man, look at all these bags. They got 2 sets. Let me see if I can get his partner's name here, Bill. I don't know if I can or not. If he gave it to me. Clay Loudermilk. What a name right there, Clay.
That is the name
2
there.
sets of CBC bags. Is this the only way Gray Bill can win is if he throws 8 and the opponent throws 4? I'm just kidding.
Is that what it
No,
was?
Gray Bill's a beast, dude.
Yeah.
And you don't know Gray Bill? I think he took 5th in the Fresno Major.
I mean, every time I pick him, he doesn't do so hot.
Well,
But that's
the
okay,
Bill
Graybill.
Chris.
I'm going to keep picking you. I like it. Congrats, big dog. Next one, Shannon again. Shannon, I'm done putting you on here, okay? Once a week. That's it. Congrats. Looking good with the shirt. Looking good with the bags. Holding up that number 1. That's how we freaking do it.
Shannon's a stud, man.
Love it.
But here we got Alan Dotson on the left and partner. I don't know who his partner is there. I might know him. Tall guy, number 2. ESPN shirt. I like how that's a bright red shirt, Bill. I mean, I don't think I've seen a shirt so red in my life.
Yeah, that is.
It's more red than the whole.
You know what's interesting to me about this picture? If you back up just a little bit and look on the left, that is Tommy Hewitt's brother from another mother. There, dude.
Alan Dotson. You could get them mixed up if you had a few too many brewskis.
Yeah.
You could, and this guy puts on a bandana. Alan puts on a bandana. He could pull off Tommy in a couple seconds.
I think so.
He could do a heinous crime and you'd be like, oh, that was bandana, man.
Yeah,
you wouldn't even second guess it.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, fellas. Way to get it done, man.
Congrats. Here we go. Maggie's in here once or twice here with Wayne over there. I don't know who's holding up the number 2 in the background. That must be Shreebs.
It could be Shreve Dog.
Yeah.
What bags they throwing there? Phoenixes?
I don't know. It was one of
Those
the
are the custom ones for Wayne. Yeah. Maggie and Wayne, they're playing in Chicago this weekend, man. I can't wait to see them have a good weekend. I love these folks.
Yep, they're going to tear it up this weekend. I'm picking them in every event. So, sorry.
I got women's first, so maybe.
Congrats. We'll see you again here in a minute, I'm sure. Gibby and Utley, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Let's
You got
go. Well, I
one.
didn't know what type of bags because he has wildfires on there. Those are obviously Gibby's there. They're both holding up the number 1. They both got CBC bags. I just don't know which is which here.
They're just throwing up their. Maybe they threw both of them.
Yeah.
Through 1.5, back and forth. Who knows? But Gibby and Nick Utley getting it done. These are our dudes up there in Gibby land. Love to see it.
All right. Next, Nate Stevens.
Nate and Cody, man. They went up to a tournament. Nate called me the other day. Let me know they went up. They're pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Threw pretty good, man. Man, I talked to Nate, dude. He's in the hospital still, not feeling too well. Hopefully he gets out soon and gets better because he needs to be on the boards, man.
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be good to go. Bill and Doug Langston, son.
Folks, hey, Ed, you may be sponsoring me someday, okay? Bullseye Cornhole will sponsor you guys. He said that you may be sponsoring me someday. I'm very expensive, though. I just want you to know that. Have a huge social media following, all sorts of stuff. And I've won Sankin and Drankin the past 2 weeks in a row. I am 2-0 right now. Nobody's going to show up that's going to beat me right now. It's freaking awesome. This is another one. Carried Doug Langston, put him in my backpack, carried him all the way across the finish line.
Bill saying that is him baiting me into going tomorrow. It's not happening.
You know what's more important than that? This is my first time throwing the Envies in a tournament.
Yeah, I mean, so Doug's one of our guys, man. He invites us to his cabin and stuff like that. We haven't taken the invite yet just because of busyness, but Doug's our guy, so he's like, I gotta have a set of these. He threw the prototypes a few weeks ago. We're like, Doug, we'll hook you up,
Yeah, he asked me what bag is good for him, and I'm looking at it, so I'm like, bro, actually, these Envies are gonna be freaking money for you, and they were.
Yeah, and he's been throwing them for 2 or 3 weeks straight now, and Bill throws them over there. They get the win, and there was some buzz going on
Yeah.
in the Sankin and Drankin Griffith Arena. Huh, Bill? I heard that you said just people were bouncing off the walls trying to get themselves a set of
Dude,
Indians.
Evvies are clean. I'm telling you, they're
Yeah.
clean. So this stuff, I believe it's the first time over that many rounds. Maybe not. No, it's definitely not the first. I don't know. But I averaged a 902. It was clean.
Bink?
Oh, my
Steph in the
wife.
chat.
My wife's finally going to show up and try to play some freaking cornhole.
Steph was there a few weeks ago, didn't she? Did she win or take second place?
She might
won.
have won. Yeah, Steph is one of those that doesn't throw for like 3 months, shows up, and then throws 8.5. So, you know, like
She's a sleeper, and
yeah.
she'll be ripping some airmails too. Steph's no joke.
Yeah.
No joke.
Anyway, congratulations to me. No big deal.
Yep, and Doug.
And Doug. My bad, Doug.
All right, here we got our guy. Well, I just blanked on a name, Bill. It's Michael.
You're gonna have to get it. I don't know. This is your job.
Michael Ross. Okay.
I was gonna say
Good
Ross,
night.
but I didn't want to. You know what I
Good
mean?
night, man. He's got them black Ronins. I don't know who this partner is there. This is that place with the thing in the hole, Bill. I don't know what that thing is. What is that thing?
That looks like a bat.
That chupacabra.
It might be a chupacabra or a bat.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
congratulations,
Mr.
Ross.
Ron. Good to see
Love
you
it, dude.
again. Almost every week he's on here too, man. Getting
Love
it
it.
done. There's Maggie and Wayne in the t-shirts. This is a different day, different tournament, Bill.
Yeah, it had to have been a
In
different
the
tournament.
same week.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wearing the CBC stuff, I love how they match. They show up. They probably played co-ed or doubles. Either one of
Both,
those.
probably
yeah,
both, yeah.
probably.
If
And
they
we're
were
going to
both
see him
awkward.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Phoenix is again this time. Clean, guys. Let's go.
There's Maggie right there. And I was gonna say I like this colorway, the charcoal and red Phoenixes.
I do like
Clean.
this too. Yeah.
Yeah.
People think it's black, but it's not. It is a charcoal
And
color
I
on
think
it.
it looks better.
Very
Like,
nice.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
clean. That charcoal and red. Yeah,
Yeah.
good job, Maggie. And there's Wayne with his
Dude,
custom
just
Phoenixes.
keep winning.
They get it done, man.
Maggie in the
They
background
get it
over there.
done. Yeah.
Hey, congrats,
Avoid
Wayne.
the camera. Let's go. Good job, Wayne.
Wayne have a few bush lattes
Mr. Bush
for me
Light,
this
yeah.
weekend, man.
Right, Maggie here again. Yeah, and second
We got
place.
1 and 2 here. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And
I
number
don't know
2.
who that was. I saw the post and I meant to catch the name. I don't know who it is though, Bill.
Those are
But
the old
those are the comic magnums, huh?
comic book magnums. Very nice.
Must have got those from the Shreebs, I think, huh?
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, most likely.
Maybe.
Congrats.
Yeah, congrats both of y'all. Bill, what is this picture?
It says O'Connors and Derek. He took second place last night.
Good night. This is amazing.
He needs to learn how to hold a bag properly.
Why does Derek look like this? This is how you know Derek hasn't taken a lot of podium picks. Wait, you got to be a little bit nonchalant about getting a second place. Like he's way too excited for a second place. The bag hold up, like it's nobody would ever hold the bag up like
They
this.
beat me for the king seat, and he was so excited. Got up to play the championship. Got double dipped, bro. Got double dipped.
I just can't get it. Like Jake, who doesn't even play cornhole, he's got the typical like, I'll just lean my hand up on the board.
No, that's not
chilling
Jake.
out.
That's Clay.
Oh, Clay. It looked like Jake for a second. My bad. Well,
Yeah,
that guy
no.
knows.
Is that yeah?
But
Clay.
Derek is over here like trying to do some Aeropostale branding or something with the bag.
That's Derek, man.
Derek, I'm proud of you though.
I'm proud of you too, dude. You threw good yesterday, dude. He hit an airmail that should. At work, I'm like, dude, that was a miss. That dragged a bag because he had a bag back right of the hole. Throws a bag, lands on top, and the boards are so bouncy that they both just bounce this way.
Oh
and,
my God.
And that won the game. And I'm sitting there like, bro, that's
Good
ridiculous.
shot, Derek. Way to get him.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the Timmy Key Ronins,
Yeah,
right?
this is Mr. Derek Vincent right here. Vincent, whole lot of fun on cornhole. He's making like his
Oh
own
yeah,
little
he
brand
got the
thing.
same. He got the same color Ronins, didn't he?
Right. His,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
say Mo time. Something like Mo Money,
Mo money, I think.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And Timmy say his name on them. Yeah, and then Timmy got another set on the way.
DPJ, what up, big dog? Good to see you, David.
Good to see you, David. There's some of our favorites right here. The
Finley and
Lees.
Chua.
Choa.
Chowa.
They got a new set of Phoenixes, it looks like. I haven't seen them with. Usually, Sin's throwing his black and yellow set. And usually, Choa is throwing her carpets.
Yeah.
So this is a new set of bags I haven't seen the Lees throw before. I like them though. This is another clean colorway, that baby blue with the pink.
Dude, the Lees may need a sponsorship one of these days. They're both dang good.
Yeah, and they hold it down over there in North Carolina, I believe.
Yeah,
Somewhere
they do.
and we don't got anybody over in North Carolina. So I wouldn't mind seeing a sponsorship from the Lees and working something out with them. You never know.
Yeah, Gibby, what up, big dog? Good to see you in the chat, man. We already had you on here tearing it up, dude. You and Nick. What up, Slinging Sacks?
If Nigel ever gets in here, I hope Nigel says what's up. And Tony Mays, too.
Yeah, Anthony and Gibby taking a second place. I love it.
Fun fact, these are two of the few people that have ever seen the CBC shop.
They are.
Hung out one night, had some beers back
had a
when
couple
I was drinking beers.
Yeah.
Back in the day, man, that was a good day. That was a good night with the Gibby boys.
You know the funny thing about that? This week, it will have been almost, I think, a year exactly, right? Because they came for Game of Thrones. I mean, pretty close to a year anyway. So, hey, it's good to see you guys. Gibby, I hope you're coming down for Game of Thrones. I'm not sure if you are or not. If you don't, I'll be mad at you. If you do, let's hang out, man.
Yeah, for real.
And you too, Anthony.
Bring down some Gibsters, man.
Yep.
All of them.
Oh, there's Sidley right there. Let's go, Sid. I love it. Dave McDade and shoot, what's his name?
I don't know that guy.
I know that guy.
I've never seen that guy. That's how long since I've been second and drinking.
I believe it's Justin Moreland. No. Little Chris had
Josh Moreland.
Maybe.
I saw it on Cornhole.
That might have been Little Chris's partner, though. I'm not sure. I don't think I ever met this guy. He was a buddy of somebody that was really good, and he played with Dave. And he could throw too. He could throw too. I think it was Moreland was his buddy, or Justin something. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Because I don't know. So
I'd have to look back.
Somebody really good.
Yeah, but you see how they're holding up the
number 2.
Yep.
They lost the bill.
You gotta beat me if you're gonna win, dude. You know, it just ain't gonna happen, Dave. All right. Congrats.
Oh, Three Rivers getting it done. Jamie and gosh dang it, John.
Dan, Dale, John. I don't know. Nate Allen, you're in here. You let me know.
I don't know this guy.
Is this a new one?
Do I know this guy? It looks like a Mark. If I had to guess his name, it's Mark.
No.
I don't think I've seen this guy before.
No, this is Pete.
It's not Pete, dude.
It's a Pete.
Elixir's, though, getting Jamie Lee's on here about every week, man. He's the man.
Yes, Gibby is.
Darren.
Oh, it's Darren. Darren. Okay, I would have never guessed that.
No, not for him.
Dude, Gibby is gonna be there.
Oh, let's go, Gibster.
Gibby, I may have a quads team. I think I do. If I don't, Dylan, me, you. I don't know who else. But I think I have one.
Yeah.
So
I don't play quads.
Dylan's terrible at quads.
I'm not a quads
But
guy.
I'll still play quads with Dylan because he needs to build his confidence in quads.
I don't need any quads confidence. Shannon, you're about cut off. That's enough of you, Shannon.
You get one first, one second,
to the other
and
guy.
one third. Yeah. Congrats to your partner. Shannon, you know. I love it.
This is my man. You know this guy, Bill.
I know. I was going to say Redbeard. I know him, but I don't. I do know him. You're putting me on the spot.
This guy.
Put me on the spot.
On the right, his haircut. Leave the sides.
I love his haircut, man. He's got the horseshoe going on.
I can't remember this guy's name. Dusty Rusty Drew. It is Drew. Drew Hopkins.
Dude, we're going to need to print out a book, right?
It's like a face. I need a Rolodex.
And just make sure, because, folks,
That's Drew.
When you don't see somebody for a while and then you see them, man, it's tough. It is. Congrats. 3rd place. Love it.
Kim Jackson.
Again.
12th. Women's major title.
It's every week and we put them last. And these are major pictures here. When you see the nice blue border around it, that's what they are. Dusty Hopkins.
His name is Drew, Nate. Don't lie to me.
And then Bink Kim again with Karsten this time.
Karsten Morris, man. He was rolling them Phoenixes good.
Something interesting about Karsten with this is Karsten throws slower bags, right? Phoenixes are one of our faster bags, although this set looks a little dirty, meaning they've worked them in. They got some grime in there. They're probably a little slower than a brand new Phoenix, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
But he threw amazing.
Yeah, really good.
I mean, amazing with a faster bag.
And
so that's interesting that, somebody that throws super slow bags through that well with faster bags, because I usually can't do that. I've practiced a lot outside to be able to throw faster bags because I was so bad at it for a long time.
Yeah. Carson Morris could be somebody. I mean, I wonder if he's thinking about filling out a CBC application. You
Who
never know.
knows, man? Who
That's
knows?
what's so fun about the applications
never
too.
know.
Is like you're just like sometimes you're just like whoa, like look at this name, and it's like I don't know if I can like we don't know if we can fit. We'll get there. Never mind. I don't know why I'm talking about this.
No,
already.
we can. I mean, well, we could tell people, the top names that we turned down last year. I'm just joking.
Nah, dude, we can't do
Jamie
that.
Graham, we turned him down. Mark Richards,
They were
turned him
coming back.
down.
They were coming
We
back,
turned them all
but-
down last year, so
Yeah.
no big deal. All right, let's get on to it, right? We're going to point chart here.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Dude, they heard that.
What up, folks? Welcome to CBC Family Picks, our next segment here where we make picks for the upcoming majors. We pick players for each division, women's, seniors, juniors, co-ed, doubles, singles, and the passion pick. Of course, we get points based off how they finish in their brackets in each division. Here's the point chart for you. First place, 10 points, second place, 9 points, third place, 8 points, fourth place, 7 points, fifth place, 5 points, 7 points, 3 points, 9 points, 1 points. After that, you don't get any freaking points. So you got to take a top 10 if you want anything. Let's go. Mobile Shakedown. Starting with women's, we knocked it out of the park.
Hold up. Gavino, get wrecked. I
Yeah.
told you were going to get wrecked. Gavino with the Carbino.
Gavin,
Hey, man. better luck
really?
next
Like,
time.
your points might not be the worst, but to have nothing better than a third is bad.
Gavin, you had first pick in
3 divisions.
3 different divisions.
Yeah.
What happened? Byron Sisson, I got to congratulate you on that. Getting Byron as the passion pick because he tore it up. Took a
Byron's
big
a
play.
beast, yeah.
And as a passion pick, that's usually what sets you apart from everybody else. But what happened here, man?
Yeah. Anyways, Gavin had first pick for women's. He takes Kennedy. She takes a third. Bill took Kim. She won the whole thing. I took Martina. Martina took second. So women's, we shook down real nice.
Yeah.
Real nice there.
Yeah, we did very good. Yeah. 1, 2, and 3. We love to see that. We love to get those 1, 2, and 3s the whole way. That way we know we're doing
Makes
our
us
jobs
look
right.
like we're professionals.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Moving into seniors, Bill had Hollywood Page off the rip. He
Yep.
takes a top 3. And the seniors division it might be harder to pick than juniors.
I think it is.
Consistency-wise.
Who won in seniors?
I forget his name. Let me look it up. To give
Was
this
it
guy
a new
credit.
guy?
It was like Phil McSwain or something crazy like that. I never recognized it before.
Rudy, what up, big dog? Good to see you. TJ says the boards were really sticky, and that's why Carson was able to throw our bags, or else he wouldn't be able to throw them and wouldn't have won.
I mean, they were throwing 10s.
He didn't say all that. He just said the boards were sticky.
But they were throwing 10s.
I know.
So
yeah,
to say the boards were sticky and they were throwing 10s.
Dude, Kim's DPR
ridiculous.
in some of those games was insane.
James McPhail. I've never heard of him.
Never heard of him either. James, send me a message.
Did not fail though.
Yeah. Yeah, James, if you have a Facebook, I know you're an older gent. Send me a message.
917 PPR. That's low for seniors.
Low for seniors, but they're saying the boards were sticky.
Yeah, the highest was a 9.17.
If the boards were sticky and you're throwing a
Seniors
917,
struggle.
kind of like me, the board's sticky, throwing a 902, I could have won seniors.
No. Well, no. McPhail did better than you.
McPhail.
Anyways, that's his name. His
Oh,
last
okay.
name.
All right.
It's a PH though. It is.
Dude, that's a sweet name.
It is.
Hey,
sweet
good
name.
job, McPhail. You know what I mean?
David,
that's a
we'll get
sweet
the
name.
we'll get the Chicago picks after this, big dog. Hold your horses.
Yeah, we're getting there, David.
Hold your horses.
And I haven't
man.
made my picks yet. David, if you want to be on my pick, you better calm down a little bit, man. Good night.
Fergie takes second place. Fergie pretty consistent there. And the Mississippi Ninja for Gavin takes 7th. Moving on to juniors, we went first, second, fourth. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I took Lonnie Campos. Lonnie Campos had a big weekend, by the way, but got double dipped
Lonnie
in
did.
juniors
Yeah.
by the man, Chase Hollis. Chase Hollis probably...
I was last pick in juniors, and I said it last stream. I was last pick. I'm like, how are you guys going to leave the #1 junior for free? And they did. They left it for free. How could I not pick the #1 freaking junior? And he shows it again why he's #1.
No, he does. 100%. I agree with you. I agree with you
Crazy.
on that. I just really liked Lonnie here. I mean, and he showed maybe Lonnie saved some energy for singles, and that's what happened. But this and it was a double dip, so it's not like it was a Chase Hollis blowout, you know.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
But
no,
Chase Hollis
yeah.
did get it done, and he continued. Chase is one of those juniors that has a ton of control of his emotions during any game, right? He can be down a bunch, he can be up. You don't really see his demeanor change at all. Game 1, game 2, it doesn't matter to Chase. If I gotta win 2, if I gotta win 3, it doesn't matter. He's gonna go over there, he's gonna execute.
He's a solid player, and which is odd because I'd like to see Chase Hollis start taking massive like wins or placements in singles. You know what I mean? Because he is so good in juniors, and I would consider juniors one of the hardest divisions, only because everybody's throw style is a little bit different in juniors. You know what I mean? Look, people have different throw styles in every single division, but I believe juniors probably the most diverse. You know what I just do. Some people run it, some people don't. But it's always a freaking mess trying to beat everybody. You know what I mean? And he's so good in that. I'd like to see him in
Because what you're
singles
saying
like that,
is with playing different styles is you're going to have to play to such a polarizing different player as you move through a bracket.
As you go through,
you're not going to see the same bag flights or the same shot selection, stuff like that, where in a seniors match, you're going to mainly play players that run bags. You know,
most do, not all of them.
Right.
There are a few, like Johnny Thomas. He'll throw up a blocker once in a while, and stuff like that. Fergie throws up a block. Fergie, and
Fergie
that would be the
most diverse.
That is very true. Fergie throwing up a blocker, 3 airmails, not even trying to push his bag in.
But the juniors, you're seeing very wild techniques at the game and shot selections and
if one of those juniors gets hot, how do you beat them? You know, because if you're hot and you're throwing a different type of game than anybody else, you have a great chance of winning. Yet Chase is always on top.
Yeah, and another thing with the juniors too that I think they do really well compared to, well, maybe this is good and bad, right? But what they do is they'll change the way they're playing in the middle of a game, right? They'll start a game like, hey, I'm going to run bags. And they'll run bags for 32 in a row, right? And then they go, all right, I'm bored. I'm now going to throw a blocker and play a dirt. It's like, why would you do that? But then they'll play that way really well. And you'll see, like, a player play 3 different ways in one game the juniors division.
It is completely true what Dylan is saying with this, where they will play 3 different styles. And I love that gameplay because they're trying to make their opponent switch up their shots. If we're going to slide them in 12 times in a row, okay, how can I throw you off of this rhythm that you're in? I'm going to throw a blocker. If I threw blockers the entire time and you're beating me, now I'm just going to slide them all in. And it makes you change your shots. You know what I mean? It's a great game that they play. That's why we love to stream juniors.
Yeah. Second place, Lonnie Campos. Third place was Bryce Jefferson, who wasn't signed up, or he might have got picked as well. And then fourth, Karsten Morris. Moving into co-ed, we didn't do as well here, Bill, with the picks.
Where you at, Joneses? Where you at? And when he said we didn't do as well, he really means me.
Yeah, you took 9.
JBJ, where you at? I don't see you in here.
Nobody picked Carson and Kim. You were like, I don't want to pick him because I already picked Kim. And I was like, I don't want to pick him because the bag choice, I was worried about it, right? Because Kim's been throwing Phoenixes and Carson
I wanted to pick Carson and Kim. The only reason I didn't pick him is because I already had Kim. We should give me a 10 there.
No, absolutely not.
Well, we should, because I said that the only reason I'm not picking them is because I have already picked Kim for women's. Next time, I'm just going full freaking glutton, and I'm picking whoever I want.
Full glutton.
I was being
second
lenient.
place. And this is another team we mentioned was Chris Day and Stacy. I think I talked about if Stacy's throwing well, this team can do really good because of how good Chris Day's been throwing, which he showed throughout the weekend. Third place, Russell and Martinez stay consistent. Gavin had the Irvins, but then Ashley didn't go. I let him switch. Partway into the tournament. And he said he picked Dustin and Taylor was the first team he saw. Let's say it's true. Just saying they were 2-0 at that time.
Hey, I had 2 questions here. DPJ says, got bags, brother. Really nice. DPJ, please break in a set of those envies. Throw them for a little bit. Tell me what you think, dude. I think they're going to be everybody's bag. I think it's going to be a bigger bag than the Ronin. The fill, we're calling it the Dill fill. Dylan came up with the fill mixture. It is. I threw a 902, last week to take the win with Doug Langston, dude.
Bill hasn't touched an overall 9 in decades.
It's been a while throwing slow head, dude. But I'm telling you, please break a set in, throw them for a little bit. They are nice. They're soft. It's a different 8-speed on the top side, which is as soft as the bottom. They are so good. It's insane.
Yeah.
It really is.
No, they're amazing. Yeah.
Second one, will there be a live stream in Chicago? Aaron, tell me what you think about the Envies, and don't just toot my horn. If you don't like them, tell me you don't like them. But
Billy,
I don't think
questions with questions.
I don't think there's going to be a live stream, dude. I don't know. I don't know, though.
I don't know what's been going on with the live streams lately. It's the back half of the season, this back third of the season. It's just...
And Mobile, they didn't have internet. No, that was the issue.
No,
I believe
they had a stream there last year.
Maybe it was the one before that. Then they didn't have good internet in the building.
Yeah, I don't know. Not having internet in a building seems insane to me in 2025 I mean, it really
happens.
But
you need a hard line.
They say the same thing about Bentonville, so I don't know.
I mean, in 2025, we got Starlink.
Yeah, we could invest in Starlink. ACO could get partnered up with Starlink. Starlink could be premier sponsor.
Yeah,
I'll wear a Starlink jersey. I'll do it.
Yeah, where's Elon?
We should talk to Elon.
We should talk to him. I'll message him tomorrow.
All right, moving into doubles. The Slim Reapers are back. I said it was their redemption weekend.
It's a great pick.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't have picked? The only reason I didn't pick him is I didn't freaking know.
You didn't look at the pools. Yeah, you only looked at the main bracket. Rookie mistake. And the Slim Reapers, man, they're like, dude. I mean, I still don't. They're maxed out now, right? They're 100% maxed out. They will play for team this season against the Hertz. It's awesome. I still, in the back of my head, it shakes up my power rankings, like, mentality so much that they dropped to a tier 2 one time.
They did.
It shakes me up.
Did they win that tier 2?
No. It just, and they're so good. They're so freaking good. It just, that's what cornhole is. You know, it's that tough sometimes, and just makes me wonder.
Aaron's gonna throw the Envies in Chicago. Just got these bags, not even fully broken in, nothing like that.
He's got them fully broken.
And he's going to a major and doing this?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Third place was Jax Lamotin and Parker Berger. Dude, great finish for Parker and Jax. They're a stud of a team. All right, last but not least, singles. The champion was Mr. Lonnie Campos. Lonnie Campos got it done in a heated battle. I watched both games against Mr. Chris Day, and Chris Day was on fire all day long, you could say. He was through...
I picked him. I knew it would be.
He was through 4 or 5 games, I think I saw, and he was throwing like an 11-1-4. I was like, dude, this guy is on a freaking heater, son.
Where's Chris Day from?
I believe Mississippi or Eastern Tennessee. One or the other. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe one or the other.
If he's from Alabama, I'm going to eat my words. He's not from Alabama. He went to Mobile, and he smoked the Mobilers.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Look,
Lonnie Campos is from Florida, so...
Alabama's got a lot of pride. Look, if it was Alabama 1, 2, and 3, how many posts would you and I have seen about Alabama taking it to Alabama, blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
It would have been not, because that's what they do. And
when you
I
say
didn't make a post.
You mean like Jack Harcrow?
Yeah, exactly. Jack Harcrow, Stephanie, Burgett.
Oh, yeah.
Also post stuff like that. She gets crazy. There are a lot of people that do that. I didn't make a post this week. I didn't say, hey, where are all the Alabama folks at in singles? Yeah, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. Just saying.
Throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Throwing that out.
Right. I picked Douglas. He took a 4th place overall, and then so 2nd place for bracket points. How we do it here. Douglas had another good weekend, man. Dougie's the man. He's very good.
Yeah, Dougie's solid.
I believe he needed a better than a 4th though for any sort of points, just because he's so high up there already. I'm not sure, but Douglas has had a great season. You got a major championship. He's throwing great. Gavin took Gavin Lesh, and this is maybe the first time we haven't seen Gavin Lesh in a Final 8 in I don't know how long.
That's very true. That's very true.
He missed it by 1 match.
Solid pick by Gavin Kirk, Gavin Lesh, you know what I mean? But, yeah, just didn't do it this time. And that may have been because TJ Mosley said the boards were slow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Parker, I believe, took 3rd place overall. Parker had another good weekend. Parker way up there in the standings this year.
Is that Steph?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
She had to get something in here.
Yeah. Here, I'll put it up here for you, Steph. There you go.
There you go.
There you
Full
go.
credit. And then, like Gavin had from Passion Pick, he had Byron Sisson, who also took 5th in his bracket. So, a lot of good stuff. Scotty Ball, again, this weekend made a final 8. I think he took a 5th overall, maybe tied for 5th. Dustin Arant was in the mix again. I mean, it was
There was a lot.
a
There
lot
was
of
a
the
lot of people in
regulars,
the mix.
man. And
There
the
was a
only
lot of
mix
race.
up was
There was also
Lonnie
a lot
Campos
of Alabamians
in the losers bracket.
in the losers bracket. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very true.
And Parker, Parker was in there, though. Parker was the only Alabamian in the final 8.
Alabamian.
I don't know. There's 2 Tennessees at least because you had Scotty and Chris.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No,
Just saying.
throwing that out there. You know what I mean? Hey Jack, you gonna be at Game of Thrones?
No.
No.
Jack's
It's a third Game of Thrones.
you're
I haven't
having
seen
to-
you here yet.
You're going to do all this to make picks?
Did you do it earlier?
Did you? That's your thing. Tell me it's not your thing.
Folks, this is live on stream right now. I'm showing you how I delete numbers. Those are already saved. They're locked in. This is a copy of those. So I make copies.
I'm going to make picks while Bill makes
Dude,
copies.
I hope Jack hops in here. Because Jack said he called out Tennessee. Called out Tennessee for the Rowdy Jones tournament. Right?
How many
Which we
Alabamans
promoted.
are coming to
Which
Game
we
of Thrones?
exactly. Jack, I must have missed you at Game of Thrones. You're calling us out. We're the Alabamians
What's
for
crazy?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and Jack refuses to play in 4 bracket majors.
So that's my
I'm not
response.
saying
Jack.
we're boycotting the Rowdy.
No, I'm not
We would
boycotting
never.
at all. I'd
We
love
would
to go
never.
down there, Jack. It's just, dude, we're very, dude. It's crazy how busy it is to drive down there to play. Especially me and Dylan, we'd probably win things like that, but we don't know it for sure. So committing that much time, we just don't know.
Was it Lane Cruz third? No. Lane
Yes, it
finished-
was.
He was
No.
third?
Lane made the fun, dude.
I know he
Lane
made the
was-
final 8. That's right.
Lane,
Yeah, Lane's
bro.
back, baby. That's
No,
another
Lane
Tennessee.
is back. Yeah, we need Lane.
We
need Lane.
Lane throws some of our bags. I don't know if he's working on breaking them in or what he's doing. I don't
like
think he has
Lane.
time to do
Yeah.
that. He's driving around his truck and stuff.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
All right, let's get some picks in for the Chicago Major. Bill, get your Scorholio out. I will start us off with women's. I'm going to take Maggie Geiger.
He asked, wait. He asked, was y'all scared? What does that mean? Who? Jack?
Jack?
Jack asked if we were scared?
Jack.
Oh, yeah. He asked Tennessee. If Tennessee, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
We have a massive tournament going on next weekend. The 3rd annual for this Game of Throws. I've never seen Jack up here for one.
He's never been here. No. That's okay, though. It's all right.
Out there.
Someday when we do the big CBC tournament, the one of my dreams that I've talked about before, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Fancy
the one
one?
that Jack is banned.
Yeah, Jack would be banned. He's on the no-fly list.
I
He's
like
on
it.
the cannot get in.
I'm joking, Jack. I love you, big dog. I'm just messing with you, man.
Jack's
Just give me
always
a little bit
stirring
of
up
credit.
stuff, so we gotta help.
Yeah,
him
he's
out.
stirring up the pie. You got to stir him up a little. You know he's at home right now, and he's like rage not messaging.
He loves it.
He's typed in 15 paragraphs so far and deleted them all.
All right, Bill, can you type in Maggie Geiger for me?
You got Maggie first. Wait, why do you get first pick?
Because you always get seniors, so I wanted to make sure you got that.
Okay, I got to do this very cautiously here.
Dang, seniors is stacked, son. What up, Dougie Fresh? I was just talking about you, brother. Good finish down there in Mobile, man. I know you wanted the win, but I mean, we got to be happy with that 4th place overall.
Dougie.
Tough field. Yeah, Dougie had a battle with Mr. Chris Day, man. That match, I watched it on Cody Mia's live, which thank Cody Mia for going live down there. I got to catch some of the matches. I think it was 33 rounds, and both those guys threw like 10-5 plus.
Jeez.
Banger, yeah.
Banger. That is crazy. There's 3 people I want to pick in here.
Okay.
There's more than
You only
3.
get one.
Dude,
Yeah, it's stacked.
seniors
Yeah, it's stacked.
stacked. Absolutely stacked.
You know
in
who
seniors.
has me wondering in here, Bill, is this Kevin Cook with the 898 PPR, right? And a 70 SPR with 3,800 matches played. That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a great stat to look at. That's usually overlooked as how many matches because some
Right.
people make new accounts. But you know somebody that's 3,800, that's what they do. And throwing 878 over 3,800 matches.
898. I mean,
Not
he's just
rounds.
pretty much a 9, yeah.
Not rounds, matches.
0.65 DPR. I mean, he could
Dude.
be really good.
I am a little worried right now because I don't think I can pick number one here in seniors.
You
I honestly don't think that there's any way. It would be the luck of the draw, whoever we pick, because this is going to be, if we were streaming SoFi, seniors is what we're picking up.
Go get them, Grayville.
Let's go, Gravy. Yeah, I got you. Seniors is what
Yeah,
we're going to pick
we
up.
would, yeah.
This is, I mean, it's insane the amount of PPRs over a 9. Just average PPRs for seniors right now. And you know they all throw fast bags. I'm trying to find somebody with an edge here, and I don't have it. I don't have it.
Yeah, good luck.
Do you have it?
I know who I'm gonna pick.
Who?
You can't tell me. Douglas, yeah, that's right, Dougie. I mean, the key, what I always tell people, the key to winning in those really long, tough games is the way you know you won't lose is if you don't miss a bag.
Dude, stop.
That's how you know.
Stop.
What? That's man.
What
up, Matt?
Am I gonna do it? I think I am, dude.
You're picking,
No.
You're gonna pick Bob?
No, I'm getting Mick. Dude, it's been a while, Mick. You got a big dog.
Ian says Kevin will be a great pick for seniors. Ian. Oh, Ian.
Mick,
But what about Johnny
you
Thomas?
man. I'm taking Mick. This is Mick's time. He's gonna show up in his construction jeans with a little side belt phone that's gonna stick out the side on the other side because he throws right-handed.
Yeah, this is a crazy field, though.
Yeah.
Wayne Rao, Tony Pena, Tom Gorski, Steve Heath, Rich Jones, Mick Hoaxang, Johnny Thomas, Bruce Lawand, and Bob Heil. Literally any of those
are
names
all
I just
over
said
9s. They're like 9.5s.
could
These
win,
people.
and then you have these outliers like Mark Golden who could go off and win this. Kevin
It's crazy.
Cook, Mike Worth is in here. I mean, I don't even. Give me the seniors world champion, Bill.
Tony.
Tony Pena.
Really?
That's what I'm going with.
I like it. I mean, I like the pick. I would have picked him too. I actually, mine was between Bob Heil, and I think I like that was my first pick was Bob Heil based upon stats. But Mick, man,
Rich Jones
Rick's
is
out of the
pissed
game.
at us.
You know, Rick is out of the game. Wait, not gonna happen.
Because Rich is there. He said he's gonna win.
Oh no! Hold up! Dude, 19.
I've said his name. He's one of the best. All right, Bill. Juniors.
Hey, wait, Rich. I need a first or a second from you. I will change my pick. First or a second. You tell me right now if you can do first or second. Pick is changed. Tell me right now.
Why do you do this?
You got 30 seconds. I will pick you if you say yes. That's all I want to hear.
Wiley Chambers is a walk-up juniors, huh? Yeah, but we got Sammy, we got Nick Close, Karsten Morris in here.
I need that confidence in my life. You know what I mean? And that's why I put him on the spot. I need the confidence in my life.
I like Tony, man. Tony's my guy. I mean, Tony's such a fun dude. Like he's always having a good time. He's a good sport, and he's a killer.
Yeah, he is. He is a killer. All right, we'll move on to the next one. We'll see what Rich says.
All right,
okay.
Give me the California kid. Give me Carson. He took fourth last week. I'm going to take him this week. I got big faith in Carson. I know Sammy's probably the analyst pick here. Like, Sammy's probably the guy. But, or that Nicholas Close, man. That dude's really freaking good.
I know
too.
Nicholas is very good, but I got to take
You
Sammy
can't not
here.
pick Sammy.
There's no way I'm not picking
And if
Sammy.
I pick Sammy, you pick Karsten. Most likely.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like, I think this flip-flops either way. I think that's
I actually, is it EL or LE?
you got it.
Okay.
Rich said he's finishing at the top, Bill.
I would have picked Sammy first. Rich, when you say the top, that wasn't that. I need the yes, dude. I need the 1 or 2. That's what I need. When you say top, is that top 10? Is that top 20? You need to tell me exactly, Rich.
You need to pull
I
up
want to
co-ed
pick you,
over
and all
there.
you have to do is say it. But I want you to have that confidence. That's why I want you to say it, brother.
Bill, go look at co-ed. Oh, there's some good teams in here. Maggie and Wayne. Taylor and Dustin. Who's Kennedy playing with?
Crashley's there.
Yep, Crashley. Good call.
Kennedy, Sammy Van Sickle. What a team!
Yeah,
right
they
there.
both throw slow bags too. That could
I think Sammys are too slow.
That could be a serious team right there.
But I think Sammys are too slow.
Yeah, but I think.
Wait. Gavin Lesh? Wait. What's going on with Gav?
Rich says he plans on winning, Bill.
Dude, why did he just type yes? Yes, enter. That's what I. Rich, you know what? Mick, I'm sorry, big dog. You hate when I pick you anyway.
You hate
Rich?
when I pick you anyway. Oh, Rich Jones. Guarantee.
Rich Jones guarantee. That's your name. I gotta hold up. Let me turn this down just a little bit.
Rich, I want you to not even think.
Rich
about
Jones
this.
guarantee. Don't freaking think about it. Be confident. Show up. Whoop some butt.
Oh man.
I love it, dude. All right, co-ed. Moving on to co-ed.
Let's go. Get it together. Kennedy and Sammy is a great team. Jimmy and Kelly Naylor. I like that team a lot too. Barry Hempy and Tiffany Sparks. Yeah, there's some tough ones in here, Bill. Toppy and Caleb.
I'm taking
Two of my
Maggie.
faves.
I'm taking Maggie and Wayne.
Yeah, they're very hard to bet against. Very tough. I'm on the fence between Dustin and Taylor.
David Riley. David, once we're done with this, they're locked in. We don't change it after that. Once we're done with this, we can change as much as we want prior
Also,
to
David,
locking it in.
I don't think I've ever gone back on a pick.
He's been back on picks a million times. Crazy.
Never.
Crazy words coming out of his mouth. Right?
Never. I'm taking Josephina and Charlie. They're studs, and they've shown it before. I believe they took. They might have won a major. I'm not sure.
Doubles. You're up for doubles.
I am up for doubles. You
Can
talk
you-
to the chat.
Can you hurry up?
Can you hurry up?
All right.
This is tough.
Are you looking through pools?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to. Looking at the main teams, I'm not hating, but besides Maggie and Wayne, I don't know. Aaron and Jimmy.
Russell and Craig?
Oh, no, never mind. I thought that was Brandon Earls and Darren Zastro, but it's Brandon Ware. It's like, dude, Brandon Earls and Darren Zastro are back, dude. I'm taking the boys. Oh man, Chris Day and Larry Young. I like that team. Derek Tinnitus and the Big Tuna and David Riley, dude. I might. Oh, Beaver and Tyson Pack. Gavin and Rich.
That's a good. Okay.
Oh,
We're
bro.
staying in the pools for this one.
Jaden Gamblin and Anthony Frederick, who had a big run in Clarksville. Man, this is tough. This is for real tough.
I like how you said David and the Big Tuna.
That's Derek Tinnitus. Travis Jordan and Trey Brown. Trey Matting and Sammy Van Sickle are back in here.
Wait, Seabass is in here? Where's that at?
No. Yeah, Seabass and Evan Vanos.
Gosh, dude, Seabass is averaging a 9.85 right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, Seabass good.
This
He's real
is
good.
seriously tough, Bill. All right, I'm going out on a limb. No, I don't want to go out on a limb, Bill. I don't want to.
Trey Matting and Sammy Van
Yeah.
Sickle, dude.
Yeah.
They both throw slower bags.
Devin Workman and Christian Likens. I like that team too. Give me Aaron and Jimmy. No.
No, take them.
It's either them or David Riley, and give me that quarter over there. All right. Heads, Bill, is going to be David and Derek.
I'll do you a solid too.
What do you got?
If you're picking out of pools, I'll pick out of pools. I'm
Okay,
not going to
I'm
take a
picking
cheap
out of
shot.
pools.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
I'm not
either
going to take
David
a cheap
and Derek or Aaron and Jimmy. Okay? Heads is Derek and David. Tails is Aaron and Jimmy. You ready? Heads, tails, it's not the same. This is a nickel, though. Heads, Derek, it's the Big Tuna,
Heads.
and David
shot.
Riley.
I thought heads was Aaron.
No. Don't.
No,
I'm fine with either one. I was flipping a coin on it.
What do you want me to type in here? You want me to type
David and
tinnitus
Tuna.
or tuna?
David Tuna. Tuna David.
I love it. I'll do a flip also. And I like this flip because I just saw John Scott in there, and I love this team. Amari Scott, Wiley Chambers. We didn't even freaking mention that.
I didn't see him.
Amari is now averaging, right? He started a couple years ago. He is now averaging an 8.95 overall.
He's right there.
Wiley
with that
Chambers a
9.
9.01.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
a tough
that's
team.
clean, dude. So
But
I'll
there's some
take
bangers in here, Bill.
I'll take them on heads. And I'll take heads, right?
All right.
And then I'm gonna take shoot. I don't know. You got to pick one for me.
No, I mean either Trey and Sammy, or Beaver and Tyson.
Yeah, and Beaver and Tyson.
Or
No,
Seabass and Evan Vanos.
I gotta do Beaver and Tyson, dude.
Okay.
I love Beaver.
Tails is Beaver. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Grandpa used to call Beaver Split Tail.
I don't
know
see
if you
Beaver
ever
in
heard
here.
that. Have you
Where's
ever heard-
Where's Devin?
Devin Thompson.
There he
Don't-
is.
don't-
I said, where's Devin at?
Have you ever heard that term? Split tail? That's what my
No.
grandpa said when I was in high school. We got there station split tail, boy. I said, Grandpa,
All right,
chill
folks.
out.
All right. Amari Scott, Wiley Chambers, Beaver.
Oh, Aaron said you should pick him.
I don't have a 3-sided coin, Aaron. Okay. I don't have a 3-sided coin.
I wanted to pick him, but then I wanted to pick David and Tuna. It's two teams that I always almost pick, so I had to flip a coin on it.
Gotta do it.
All right. Heads is Amari. Tails is whatever other team, Beaver. It's
Amari
and
Scott,
Wiley.
let's go.
That's a ballsy
Let's
pick, son.
Go.
That's an out on the limb pick, for real.
John, please let Amari know that I picked him and Wiley in doubles. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I don't think he gets nervous when you tell him. I think he tries harder. And I love that.
Oh, Bill. You got singles first, and you cannot pick Chris Day.
I think I spelled Wiley wrong.
No, you got it right. You got singles, and you can't pick Chris Day. That's the rules.
That's okay. Because I got a great pick for singles.
Dude, Drew Waking, Justin Arant, David Riley, who's been throwing great, Aaron Lambert in here throwing new bags with a new throw.
I'm doing it.
No, you're not.
I am doing it.
Aaron Lambert, son. That is...
Aaron, this is the thing. This is the thing. South Bend was your place. You didn't take it. This is now your place. You got the envies, dude. I promise you, I threw them this week, won a freaking tournament, not as big as what you're going to win. Not anything like that. But me winning a tournament like that, dude, let's go, Aaron.
If
I'm
Aaron
serious.
wins...
I'm serious.
If Aaron
Aaron's taking-
wins with the Envies...
If you win with the Aaron,
a
let's
major
go.
championship with a technical unreleased bag.
Yeah.
It is approved, but unreleased.
I think that these are going to be the best bags for him. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, they're... Because Aaron was flip-flopping between the Ronin and the Phoenix, and this is really a meat in the middle bag.
Yeah, I know.
It really
and
is.
I just think, I think he could take the whole thing for it. So that's all I'm saying. Aaron, let's go, big dog.
Man, Bill, I'm torn here. This is a lot of good picks in
There are a lot of good picks.
Gavin Lynch, Justin Arant, Drew Waking, Darren Zastro, Chris Day. Has Chris Day got a major win yet this year? If he hasn't got one, that's who I want.
He won one of them, right?
Did he win one?
Yeah,
Or
he
took
won.
second?
No. He won one of them, and that's why he was on the radar to be able to win the last one, which took second place. Yes, he did.
Are you sure about this?
Do I got to bring this up?
I'm bringing it up. You can't do it fast enough.
Trey Brown, what up, big dog?
Yeah, Trey's my passion pick.
Trey's good to see. No, don't even
I just called it in.
start with me,
I'm
dude.
first, so it doesn't matter.
All right, I got Tyson.
Tyson's a pro. Chris hasn't won one. Give me Chris Day. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He wants it bad. You're not traveling from East Tennessee
Dude,
to
Chris Day's a
Chicago.
monster. He's a monster.
I mean, and he almost had it this. Yeah, he's got a second, a third, a fourth, and a third.
He's also not a pro, so he's my passion.
No,
Is he a pro?
he is. Yeah. He
Damn it.
made it at the like at Worlds. That's right.
I would have. If I picked it for my passion, that negates your pick. You know what I
It
mean?
kind of would. Yeah,
Which is
it would.
legit.
But it really doesn't help either one of us, to be honest. What just happened? I just
All right, you're first in passion.
I already told you I'm picking Trey Brown. You can't pick Sammy.
I can pick. If you're picking Trey Brown,
Trey
I
Brown
can pick
hasn't won a
whoever I
major.
want. Dude, shut up. Just stop.
What about Trey Matting? We go double Trey. Trey versus Trey for the better Trey. Who's better?
Dude, Trey Brown pretty clean. That's all I'm saying, dude.
Trey's a dog.
He's pretty damn good.
He's in the chat.
Trey
my
Manning's
boy.
good as hell too, but I mean, I like Trey Brown, man. I'm just saying, he's good. Let me just look at the pools real quick for singles here, folks. If you have some names, toss them in there.
Anthony Frederick. What did I do to my Scorolio? I did something weird.
Dude, Adam Alessandro throwing an 8.99.
Yeah.
Clean,
not
dude.
even at 9 now.
Bob Bunch in there. Why didn't I see him in seniors?
I don't know. Maybe he's only going up Saturday.
Yeah, that's weird.
You're barely in the list. Oh, Beaver's in here, Bill.
I love Beaver.
Stop. Jaden Gamlin's a good pick. Jimmy Naylor. Oh, Jimmy Naylor I was thinking about picking for real. Jody Thurman. Oh, Karsten with a K. Karsten is a great pick. You're going to need a good pick this week, Bill, because I'm going to smoke your ass. Paul Copeland, dog. Rebecca Fields. Jaden Gamlin.
Wait, Paul Copeland's in there?
Yeah.
I got Jaden Gamlin.
Yeah.
I got to take Jaden Gamlin. Shoeless Joe. That's him.
He's the man.
He's picked. These are locked, folks.
Timmy
Rebecca
Key.
Fields, I had what, bro? Oh, man.
Timmy Key, too. I mean, it's
Timmy, dude. Yeah, this is, I kind of wish
Tom
we were...
Gorski. I was about to say that, Ricky.
After we went through all the names at this major, I'm super jealous that we're not going.
Yeah, it is stacked, man. And I don't know.
This
How far
is
is
one-
Chicago for us? Like 8 hours? How
Yeah.
far is Chicago?
Chicago, yeah, I'm not sure Chicago specifically, but I know Illinois is like 2 hours away.
Well, it's 364 miles. It's 7 hours.
I'm locking this in.
Lock it in, baby.
I am very
The
jealous
Chicago
of
major.
this major.
I hope there's a dang live stream, man. I
There
haven't
better
seen
be a live
anything
stream.
about it, but I need to watch some dang cornhole.
There better be a live stream for this.
If there is a live stream, I would say we could have a watch party, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Dude, there are so many great people at this major. It's insane.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's going to be really good, really fun stuff to watch. If you guys are going there and you can go live on your phones, just tag me.
Please do.
No big deal.
Yeah, please go live. Please go live.
Don't tag Bill.
All right, let's roll. Let's roll. These are locked in. That's what we got for the picks this week. Oh, whoops. This is completely the wrong one here.
What are you doing?
I'm taking this off and, oh, wait. Why are we so small?
I don't know what you did here. This is like the screen for watch party.
I just wanted to bring up, I don't think I even have it on here now that I messed that up. If you guys are in the Tennessee area, this weekend anyway, New Johnsonville is having a couple tournaments. It's on Cornholeo for pickleball and cornhole. $20 to enter it. Not a BYOP. It's a blind draw in New Johnsonville. It's called what is it? In the Park with Friends or something like that.
Yeah.
And I hope I can get down there. I don't know what we're doing Saturday, how many bags we got to make and stuff like that. But I did just want to mention that if you guys are in the Tennessee area, please support our buddies down there. And then next week is going to be Game of Thrones after that. Okay?
Yes.
Are we doing a little bit of sponsorship talk?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
We
Let's-
told them
let's
we were
go.
going to.
All right.
Get the shares going, folks.
All right. Get the shares going if you want to hear about sponsorships. Make sure you put that on there. Okay. Ed, stop. Ed, you
Ed.
messaged me. Ed's messaging me about the
Said
timing
Ed,
on this.
stop.
Hey, look.
What about the timing on what?
Ed messaged me. Ed saying I'm long-winded. Thanks, Ed.
Well, sometimes
Appreciate
you do get a little long-winded, but that's all right.
You'll appreciate that if I'm talking about bullcrap, wouldn't
People
you?
people like listening to Bill talk. I don't blame him. Bill's a good guy. Good
We didn't
guy.
turn the side lights on.
I'll turn them on.
Yeah, I'm looking a little blue and pink here.
That's just because you're ill.
There's one. That's what I'm talking
How you
about.
feeling?
Feeling good now. Feeling good now.
We are great. All right.
Sponsorships. Not a lot of interaction in the post with questions on anything like that, right?
Yeah, a lot of likes.
A lot of likes.
So people were happy that we're going to talk about it, I guess, and didn't have any questions, which is just crazy to me because as a player, maybe players got it figured out. You know,
Maybe they do.
I don't know. Maybe they've got it figured out. They know how to get sponsored. They know what it takes to get sponsored. They know what sponsorships look like. They know exactly how to be the best sponsored player they could possibly ever be.
A lot of people were sponsored this year. Let's talk about our process first, and then we'll talk about our thoughts on next season. Right? Let's structure this in a way that we move from one topic to another, right?
Yeah.
So our process first,
Okay.
and then next season we will talk about what our thoughts are on that, not only to do with CBC but also other companies.
The entire ACO, really.
Yeah, right. The entire ACO on if sponsorships will go up or go down, and then we'll take questions from anybody in the chat. If you have any questions, please pop them in the chat specifically about sponsorships. If it is a direct question on CBC and sponsorships, other than are you sponsoring me next year, we'll probably take it.
Yeah, honestly, if you ask that question, we can answer it too. It'll be an automatic no, and you're out. So that no,
Dylan's lying.
But yeah, we'll take questions as they come. If you guys have anything that we're talking about, you just want to ask. That's the whole point of doing conversations like this. Is we want it to be interactive and get your feedback because we're trying to build the best sponsorship opportunities for a player as well. You know, like
the best program that has a tier level. So like, you know, as you're winning tournaments, you move up in tiers too in the sponsorship program.
Yeah, because neither you or I have been sponsored, right, for anything ever. Well, you got sponsored, maybe, for poker. Were you sponsored, kind of?
No.
Not like a team or...
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, I did get paid to play cornhole once.
I did that too one time with the axe, the flipping axe.
We were sponsored by Clarksville's Third Base at one point.
Oh, yeah, as a stream team, broadcast team. Anyway, so, like, feedback from the players is what we need because we don't know what that looks like. You know, we're not looking at it from a player's perspective because we aren't players. You know, we are the sponsors. So the first topic, Bill, what you said is our process.
Our process. Let's talk about last year's and changes we may make this year or what's going to be similar, right?
Right.
And why we do it that way and stuff like that. And I'd like actually you to speak on this.
Yeah, I wanted to start by saying how sponsorships usually work from what we know. From where we started in the ACO to
we don't know anything about it. We started our own deal.
Well, yeah, but before that, it was like, this was the process. Somebody shot you a DM, and they said, will you sponsor me? This DM comes with sometimes true things, sometimes not true things, sometimes some statistics, and sometimes no statistics, sometimes some accomplishments, sometimes no accomplishments. So that's kind of how it went, and then we were apparently supposed to just figure out if these were going to be good people to sponsor or not, and give these people a text back, and they were sponsored or not, right? And that's kind of how it seems like it went before we invented or established our own process, because we went through that process for about 9 to 14 months probably.
And we didn't want that, but we hated that process.
No,
I hated getting a DM from somebody saying, hey, here's my PPR, I just won this tournament, sponsor me. My first question to that person was, oh, what series of bags of ours do you like? And then it was, well, I've never thrown your bags. And I'm just sitting there like, I don't know why are you messaging me? You messaged 30 other companies. You know, like that's not, you can tell off of one question if this person actually wants to throw your bags and be sponsored by your company, or just message 30 different companies real quick and said, hey, sponsor me, this is my PPR. Like it was a copy paste to 30. So that right there, I mean, it automatically turns you off. When you see something like that, it's just like, I hated this. And that's why we decided to kind of change how we did it anyway, because we were both sick of it. It's a terrible way to do it. And I don't want players to have to do something like that. Like, it's a terrible way to do it. And I understand it. If I was in that position, I may message 30 companies.
Right.
You know,
maybe.
But I just think it's not a good way of doing it.
I just think with anything with sponsorships you see at a lower level, like let's talk about, I can talk about myself in running. If I wanted to be sponsored by a certain shoe brand, I would buy shoes from that brand, right? ensure that I liked the shoe, ran in the shoe, and then I would kind of, try to promote that shoe company as I go,
Right.
hoping to get their attention, right? And if they came out with some sort of application process, it would probably be something I had. I bought X amount of pair of your shoes, I ran in this, I made these accomplishments in this shoe, right? Like, let's say my Mount Coast R1s. This is what I've done in that shoe. That's what I would do, and then build upon that. In Cornhole, you kind of see people are just looking for the best deal for their wallet, is what it seems like. Not always their performance. And I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying that just seems like what people are looking for is what is the best deal I can get, or just the goal of getting sponsored at all, right?
Right.
And that's where we built the tier system too, right? Because it's like you couldn't fit everybody in the same category,
No.
and you don't want to seem like, oh, we only sponsor the people that win, because I don't think that. I think other people have value.
No, there's tons of value in everybody else, and maybe value is the wrong word to say, and I don't even know what to say, because it sounds like a company's farming you for value or something like that, and that's really not what it means. You're building a team and a community with good people.
Yes.
And I think that's a better way to characterize it anyway. You want the bangers that freaking win all the time, but you also want good people that just love the freaking sport and want to play. And are those people that, shoot, I don't mind going to a blind draw and getting this. I love it.
Right.
It's fun. It brings you back to that fun aspect of it. So value may not, I don't know. In a business standpoint, yes, you want to see value for the sponsorships that you make, 100%. But in a more personal level, you want a fun team. You want to grow a small community together with your freaking team. Because it's awesome.
I look at our list of players, and it is hard to say the word value because I believe they all do have value.
They all,
right?
yeah.
So how do you make it to where this person's value is more than another's, because everybody's is kind of different for a different aspect of things. You could have somebody like Kim that travels a ton, and that's valuable. You could have somebody like Braden who shows up to less tournaments, but he plays really well, and he's flashy, and that has a different type of value. So value might not have been the best word, but everybody has value, and what you bring to the table matters.
Oh, yeah,
and that's why
matters.
the prospects, seeing somebody like Amari Scott have such a successful season this year, or even a Patrick Landrum until he hurt his shoulder, or a Justine Smith that went to Worlds last year and took second in women's doubles and 7th overall in women's. I mean, that's what you're looking for in that type of player, and then you have your elite players that you hope bring the most value. But people surprise you. Gavin Kirk was a prospect, and then that guy goes out and just goes
nuts.
crazy.
Absolutely nuts.
We
Gavin
promote
Kirk
him.
Killing it.
Scotty
Absolutely
Ball comes
kills
in, as a pro player, and he does well enough. And Scotty's getting an elite package. It hasn't been really, I guess, announced, but Scotty's receiving an elite package now from us.
Bryce Jefferson.
Right, and these are things that, as a sponsor, we're excited about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We get to promote somebody into a new position. Like, here is your hard work you've done. Here's our reward to you. Thank you, right? And now I give you this. And I think that's a huge opportunity for players.
So that's a good kind of hit on the tier aspect of it anyway, where we start a prospect, we have a pro team, and we also have an elite team. Something that we did last year that I don't believe any ACO company did, and we did it because we got these DMs from people. We just said, hey, we're going to do applications. We're going to do it one time a year. It's going to be after Worlds or during, you can fill out the application. We are not calling you back until Worlds is done.
Yep.
Right? I mean, that is our deal. And the reason we do that is because if you're throwing for a different company, if you're somebody that, whatever it may be, I don't want to be like, well, this guy doesn't have to try anymore because he has a sponsorship from CBC, or this guy, you know what I mean, for the next year and things like that. So we are not calling anybody back prior to Worlds. Other companies are doing that, and they're giving deals prior to that. So let's say if you throw for CBC right now and you're a free agent at the end of the year and you decide not to fill out an application or something like that, you may get a call prior to Worlds from a different company, and you just know you're good to go. So you do whatever you want. We will not make those calls. We want to wait till the season is completely over, and then those calls are going to start happening. And that was a complaint last year for some of the players, right? Because they wanted to know. They were like, hey, I got all these offers from these other people. Are you guys going to offer me anything or no? And they kind of put that line in the sand there, and it's like, It's before Worlds. I'm not offering you anything.
Yeah.
After Worlds, maybe. I don't know. This is very tough on Dylan and I because, number one, we don't have unlimited money to be able to sponsor people, and we like to give our people a great package. We like to give them what we think is the best package that we can possibly do, and that also, and I've said this numerous times on here, if the company is ruined because of that, like if we promise so much to people and they do those things, we have to deliver. And that's the thing. We will lose the company, but be men of our words for the company. Yeah. And that's something that, again, it's very rough with us. We're always tussling and fighting over how many players we should have, who those players should be, what the packages look like, and things like that. So it's not easy for us either. That's why I would say just don't rush it.
And we've taken risks that have panned out and been great value to us, and we've taken risks to where it was egg on the face a little bit, right? And I think that's going to be like, you cannot pick. Everybody's not going to be a winner, right? And that's just the truth of life, right? People are going to, even if like somebody comes in and then they have a life circumstance, now they're not able to play the season, and we've guaranteed them X amount of things, and we're kind of just out. And at that point, you don't want to, because we're also not trying to disrupt somebody's life. You know, to us, it's a business, but it's a sport that we love, and to hurt somebody's life would take the love out of it in some way.
We're taking a massive risk on these people, just like they are on us. I promise you, ask any one of our pros, any elite pros, prospects, ask any of them.
Yeah.
We do exactly what we say we're going to do, right? And that's regardless of if you do what you say you're going to do. Who is on our team. And like Dylan said, I don't want to say screwed, but I mean, pretty screwed by some of the people. You know what I mean? Like, just done. You know.
And how we look at that is it's just a year, you know, and how we look at our contracts is it's just a year, you know, and that's what we tell all the players. We owe you something for 1 year. You owe us something for 1 year. When Worlds is over, I will send a text, just like I did last year. Everybody's a free agent. You are free to do whatever you'd like. Everybody that's on the team right now,
this is very important.
Will receive a text or call from us regarding what direction we are going to move with each player.
Never going to ghost somebody that is on the team today for next year. Never going to do that. You will receive a call or text. You will have preferential treatment with CBC if you are on the team today. Preferential. You message me, you talk to us, you say whatever you want, you fill out a new application. Again, that is to the top of the freaking list with us. We say faith, family, and four baggers, and that middle one there with family. I love our team this year. I love everybody on our team. It has been such a tight-knit group. We have our own chats that we talk in once in a while. Sometimes we don't, other times we do, and it has been great. But I've seen everybody support each other, and that is one thing. You will have preferential treatment if you are on CBC. If you decide to go to another place, no hard freaking feelings whatsoever.
And with that, every single CBC player that's on the team now will have to fill out an application next year. There's no bypassing the process. Right. Just because you have what Bill's calling preferential treatment, everybody has the same opportunity to be a part of the team. And that's the truth. We don't know how many players. So a lot of the messages I've been getting are, how many people are you going to pick up next year? I cannot answer that question. I have no idea.
No, not yet.
We could lose half the team. I mean, I don't foresee that, but it could easily happen. And the thing is another thing with us that we kind of changed the game on a little bit last year is we're not holding anybody down or having any hard feelings if somebody moves on from CBC. We're happy for you. We understand that you could just want something different. You know, you could love the bags. You could love myself and Bill and Derek and everything CBC's done for you and just want something different. And that is completely fine. We're going to wish you a great farewell, and we're gonna be happy to see you when we do. You know, it's just, there was a thing going on. There was a thing going on last year that we saw a bunch, and it was like other sponsors were upset if their players left or showed interest in other companies.
And I don't want to put that vibe out whatsoever with CBC. Whatsoever. Everybody's got their own lives, everybody's got personal things going on in those lives, right? So, like, let's say we have people on our team this year that decide to go to college next year and they can't play as often. Give me a call. I'll help you out. You may not be technically sponsored by us, but we're going to help you out if you decide to get off the couch and play. We've done that. Brock showed up to a few this year. DJ Long showed up to a few, and things like that. Those are our people. We love those people, and we help those guys out, even though not technically somebody that plays literally every week. And it's fine.
Yeah, and something with that too. I mean, I don't want to like get too far into what the application and stuff looks like, but what it does look like, and it'll be available to anybody. It's not a secret. You know, last year we had people trying to get the application from us before it dropped. It was weird. It was. It's like, just make your own, or just wait until ours drops, because then you can see. I mean, if another company wants to copy and paste our application, go right ahead. We don't care. We don't care at all. Who's interested in us will fill out an application. If you're not interested in throwing for CBC, just don't fill out an application. And it's very simple.
Jamie, it's good to see you in the chat.
Good to see
you,
Jamie.
I hope you're feeling better, Jamie. I hope you're killing it on the freaking boards. I saw Jordan in here earlier.
Yeah. That's just with the application. We're looking for what bags you've thrown from us.
Right.
How active you look to be in the next season. If you have a consistent partner, what your goals are. Those are the things we're looking for.
How far you travel, how often you play, and that's not only in regionals, that's also in majors and things like that. I want to know about how many majors you can go to that year. I want to know about how many regionals you're going to go to, if you maxed out last year, if you didn't, what type of bags and throw style that you have, things like that, and what bags of ours you best like. That's something. And look, if you're moving from the ACL to the ACO and you've never thrown any ACO bags, well, what type of bags do you like? Put that in that block.
Right.
You know, there's numerous things like that, and it all allows us to be able to take this, the applications anyway, and be able to stack them in different piles, right? And so, somebody may be way better than somebody that we pick up, right? That may happen. There may be somebody that's like, why didn't you pick me up, but you picked this person up? We've heard things like that last year on it. And it's our method. Regardless of whatever you think, doesn't mean you're better than them, doesn't mean you're worse than them, doesn't matter. It is our method to pick these players up, and who we want on the team is going to be on the freaking, or that's who we try to get.
I can tell you some things that would get you ahead to being on our team specifically is throwing the bags. Like, that's number one.
It is number one.
Number two is building a relationship with us. I mean, there is almost everybody on the team that we picked up this year, we had known personally in some way.
Right.
Whether that's a few conversations or something, we've had interactions because there's a level of trust, like Bill was talking about, and we have seen with some players that we had no trust with, where honestly it didn't work out that well. And that's kind of showing us now, hey, let's jot that down. The people that we didn't know, it didn't work out that well. Let's try to stick a little bit closer to the people. That's maybe something we take into consideration this year, because the people we do know have been great to us, just as good as they were before they were sponsored, and that's or better now, right? And that's what's really cool to see. Other ways to get ahead is being just respectful in the community. Like, if people know you to be a jerk on the boards, you're going to be a tough pickup for us. Like Bill said, Faith Family 4-baggers, we're a faith-based company here. We're not looking to pick up people that, I don't know, are hard to get along with, I guess you would say,
And I think it's more than just hard to get along with. But I think you're hitting it. I think everybody knows that there are, you're
There's not a lot of them in the ACO, really. There's really not a lot of players that are nasty, I guess you would say.
And we've taken risks. We have taken risks. So it is,
and we have a lot of grace, a lot of grace over here.
So I don't know, folks. A sponsorship from us, I don't think it's crazy tough. But it is selective once we get to the end. It depends on the slots. I can't tell you the amount of freaking. I wish I could. I wish I could say, hey, we're picking up 25 next year, or we're picking up 10 next year. I wish I could tell. I can't say those things because we don't know about the current team that we have, and we also have this rule that there's no possible way that we're calling anybody until after Worlds, and we're not doing that.
There's no way,
and that is out of respect for other bag companies. That's not even for ourselves, for our play. our players would love to hear if they called us, hey, I'd like to stay with you. You know, is that cool for next year? Same deal, same this. They would love to hear that. And I'd love to tell them, yeah, we want you. You know what I mean? We don't do that. And we don't do anything for any player like that whatsoever out of respect for other bag companies that are probably wheeling and dealing with players prior to Worlds. I want the season to be completely done before these conversations
and we wish the best to all the bag companies. Do whatever you'd like, you know. And like Bill was saying, I mean, there is a respect for our players as well, because if I was to tell one player, you're good for next season, right? We're going to pick you up, like, hey, keep it a secret. If that secret gets out, right, which is the risk, right? And now somebody on the team knows that somebody else already got the green light. Why didn't I get the green light, right? And now there's some sort of anxiety, right, for the players of like, oh, well, they got told and I didn't get told. You know, what's gonna happen? You know, am I good? Am I not good? And then they're hitting you up, and now you know you told somebody, and now that's gotten out, and now you're in a conundrum. So the rule is, it works. That's it.
Well, we just have a rule. We stick by the rule. Our methods, we think it's better than the alternative. That's it. Bill Proctor.
Yes, Bill. We changed.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see you again, Bill.
Yeah,
it's been a long time, man. It's been a long time.
Too long.
So too long. It has been too long, brother. Yeah, we changed the night to Thursdays. We do that in the spring and summer.
There's a local tournament that we support. Yeah,
that I support. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the next topic, Bill, which is what we think sponsorships may look like in the ACO for bag companies in season 21. Folks, to start this off, this is speculation, but based on what we know from the ACO Bag Partnership Program this last season, based on what we kind of know sales-wise for everybody on the complaint side of things, based on the other bag partners, and just Cornhole World in general, I think that it's going to be a lot different.
I wouldn't say so. Dylan is he is a doomsdayer.
Bingo.
Right? I don't think it's going to be crazy different. I think some companies that may have overextended themselves are going to be a little bit more shrewd this year. I think us, I went through school for accounting. I planned for what we were going to do. And I think so far it's not bad, right?
Yeah, we spent a little more, but we've also we've had a good year. We've done
okay. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. We didn't overextend.
Yeah. And
we didn't do it so bad that we hurt ourselves either. Right. So
I mean, I think some of our players have received more than what their contract said. I mean, things like
we always say
we've never given less, only more.
Yeah.
And that's something we tell everybody that becomes sponsored as well. And it'll be, your deal will never be less than what we speak about, but there is an opportunity for it to be more.
Right. So, I do agree with you. I think next year, from what we've heard, from what we see, the amount of bag partners and things like that, if that number doesn't come down, decrease, reduce, well, whatever you want to call it, if it doesn't come down a little bit, I don't think that most companies out there are going to be able to offer packages that align with players' value. I would say, and if you're playing this sport and you're playing this game and you are a top tier at this game, whatever you think your value is, a bag company wants a return on that value too. You know what I mean? Like they want a return on it. So like, while you may win tournaments and this and that, and make the streams and this and that, that doesn't mean that bags are selling. You know what I mean? And,
we spoke about that.
We have had a lot of conversations with other bag companies and things like that. People that are like, this better change or else I'm out. Yeah, and that is something that is a little alarming when you hear so many companies say that because they may be gone. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if as many people are going to be gone. But what we do know is that the bag partnership for the ACO, the price increased a little bit. I mean, I don't know if that's public knowledge or not, but it increased a little bit.
I think it is. I think
it is too. But it increased a little bit, so that.
And we're fine with that. By the way, it's not a big deal.
But I'm saying for other companies, right? That's if people were already tight, it's gotten tighter. I do believe that a lot of bag companies. Something we figured out early, really, is that winning doesn't sell a ton of bags, And I think that a lot of the companies that maybe this last year was their first season doing this, and they kind of, like Bill said, overextended themselves on some players that you usually see win a lot, that might be where they reduce some of those funds, because they're understanding that the winning is not always the key to the bag selling, and
No,
it doesn't equal revenue exactly. So they might pull back a little bit on that. We'll see. The influx of ACL players could also change a lot of things. We do anticipate a possible influx of ACL players with their field going from 256 to 100 pros.
Yeah, you could see a lot more people that are tired of traveling for the ACL and things like that, mandatory tournaments to be to. You could see a lot of them come back. I think the ACO is in a great position today to be able to grow its player base and be able to move up, especially, I don't know, with most of what they're doing, except whatever handicap thing came out, which we're not talking about tonight, and I'm sorry about even bringing that up.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. We don't know enough about it yet.
Yeah, don't know enough about it. But I think the ACO is in a great position. I think they were in a great position this year when they started, and I think next year they're going to be in even better position with the ACL, especially reducing their amount of pros. The ACL may pay their pros a specific salary to be able to go around and travel and play these things and stuff like that. I don't know what that's going to look like. I can't wait to see what it looks like, or at least hear something like that. But I think most players, you just want to go out and you want to throw some freaking bags, have fun. If you can get sponsored by a company and show up to tournaments and your tickets are paid for, you're gonna love. Like it's a good time. Like I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but it seems like they're alienating a lot of people that are just a hair below that top tier.
Yeah,
you know what
I
I mean?
think
That's
something happened in cornhole where like everybody got overly excited really quick. They're like, oh, this is going to be the new professional sport. And you and I have kind of never thought that way. Like we've always kind of been like, this is a bar game for 97% of us.
It's a fun game.
Right. It's a fun game. And we love it. We
yeah.
turned it into a business. We love it so much. We do a podcast, we do a broadcast, and we make the freaking bags.
Yeah.
We play. We do almost everything besides make boards at this point. And we don't run tournaments anymore, but we have, but that's what it is. It's a fun game. And like you said, the ACO, their best marketing piece, in my opinion, is how fun the dang tournaments are, And I don't know who does the marketing over there. It's my only complaint with, I guess, anybody, even the ACL too, is like they don't market the best piece of what they have, And I think the ACO's best piece is the environment of the ACO. Everything we've heard from players that came from NACA, TCL, ACL, whatever. If it was their first ACO event, they're like, I had a blast. That was a great environment.
Exactly. Met a lot of people, had fun, felt welcoming, not elitist, not, it was welcoming. It was welcoming people. You can walk up to any group there in the ACO, say hi, do a fireball shot, and go out and freaking play some dang bags, man. That's what we're all trying to do.
Yeah.
Anyway. The sponsorship for us next year, I have no idea how many slots. It's a bottom line. I don't know if people were looking for something like that. We know our criteria. Number one, preferential treatment for our team. Number two, if you throw our bags and that's on our application, I'd like to know what bag you like the best. If it was one of ours, that's also, that's almost above any other question on there. You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to ask for a sponsorship from somebody? You never even threw their dang bags, man.
Yeah. Applications will go live, I believe, June 1, right? So, and this is through August 1, pretty much. 2 months to make a decision.
Not June 1.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you putting it up?
I could probably figure it out.
Okay, you got about a week.
Maybe June 15th, I don't know. We can figure it out, Juneteenth.
I like it. It's going to be up there here soon.
Yeah, and gives people the opportunity. And there are some people, like I said, if you're really shopping coming from another company, fill out an application, number one. Number two, reach out, and we'll talk about what bags. Because I understand that if you've been sponsored by somebody else for 2-3 years, maybe you cannot answer that question, what CBC bag is your favorite. I get that, right? If you're one of these established players, like I said, I don't want to be preferential towards them, but we can work out some sort of deal. Hey, I'll ship you these, right? If you don't like them, you give them back. Because we've done that, and we can do that. Like, I'm not... The problem with some people is they reach out to 40 companies, they get 40 different sets of bags. Next thing you know,
And
you
then
see
they
getting
sell them
raffled,
online.
you
Yeah,
know,
you
'cause-
see raffles
yeah,
online.
because they didn't go with that
Get outta
company.
here.
That's not going to happen to us.
No,
Okay?
I don't want to be.
We will send you bags, but there's going to be a handshake deal, right? If you burn us, just know we know. Okay.
We have a list, and it's in the shop. We call it the unsponsorable list.
Yeah,
That list got like 20 people on
it's got more than 20.
it. There's a lot of people on that.
We're
list.
not hateful at all, man, but we do want a certain vibe and environment for our team, just like the tournaments are.
Yeah.
If you do things that violate our trust or our faith in you, you can land yourself a spot on the unsponsorable list.
There's
Yeah.
also, we will never say who filled out an application. That's
Right.
That's on you. You fill out an application, you tell somebody, that's on you. We never say that whatsoever. We actually don't even look at them until July after Worlds, and then we print them all out. We stack them next to each other, this and that. Sometimes we know who did it because they message us and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't look at them en masse. We spend a couple days together and sit there and start going through these things, and that's that. So that is an important note too. We'll never expose anything like that, except Caleb Hertz, and Isaac and. Matt Guy, he put his in for us, and also, all these. I'm joking. None of those guys have.
No, they haven't. But yeah, we'll see, folks, and don't feel afraid to fill out an application. We had some people that go, "Oh, I'm sure you don't have room for me," or "I'm not good enough," or blah blah blah. Folks, it's going to take you 5 minutes to fill out the application. And a lot of people were at least going to have a conversation with you, and. What I would, if I really had the time, depending on how many we get, being able to reach out to everybody and let them know, hey, we can't pick you up, but this is what you can do in this next season to possibly get on, right? Because if you guys haven't noticed, we didn't pick up anybody this season. Throughout the season, we didn't pick up anybody.
No, we're done.
Okay, that's
it.
How it works. So if anybody has interest. This is the time. There's going to be a 6-week-ish window, 6 to 8 week window. Okay? Take your chance, And like I said, the worst case scenario is you might get some constructive criticism on what to do in the next season to possibly get on the team. That's probably the worst case scenario.
Or you may get discounted bags all season.
You might.
Or you may get discounted gear all season. Like, who knows? But we're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. We're not trying to do any of that stuff. It is a process. Once we go live with it and announce our team like we did this year and stuff like that, some people were hurt.
Yeah.
Some people were. Don't mean to hurt anybody. You just got to make decisions as a company, and that's what we did.
Yep.
It is what it is. So.
All right. Any questions from anybody? We'll answer whatever you got, and then we'll probably get out of here. But like I said, I think we covered most of what we wanted to cover. It's a fun time, the applications, man.
It is.
This will be an easier.
It's rough for us.
This should be an easier year than last year. Last year with the first year of applications and really not having a team built yet, right? We didn't have one built yet. Made it very fun. Very fun. We picked up way more people than we thought we were going to.
Yeah, because of this guy. He won't stop freaking picking people up, man.
What do you mean?
I'm the accountant. I'm sitting in here freaking trying to make sure our budget and everything is good and we don't lose the company.
I go build this.
And you say...
And then Bill, I'd be like, no, we can't get... There was 3 people when we were like, all right, team's full. There was 3 people after that. Well, one was Braden, and Braden was kind of a different scenario because he was thinking about going ACL. But there was a couple other ones that was like, Bill, this guy, but we really don't have room. And Bill's like, if we can do like, bags and gear and maybe a couple singles tickets, I think we could pick them up. And that's what he would do. And I'd be like, I'm sending the text.
Dude, Dylan
and I'd be like, let me call. And
Dylan was picking people up left and right. He was picking them up left and right. It went way over our deal this year. But I promise you, folks, if you expand the team, if you get us to 50 next year, if you get us to 50 players, Dylan is the sponsored. I'm a PR. What do I call you? Not PR. No. You're the. I can't call you a mama because you're a man. So what do I? And I don't want to say daddy.
I'm the team daddy.
But he's like the soccer mom. You know what I'm like? He's the one that if you're on the team and you're all questions go to him. All complaints go to him. Literally everything go to him.
I mean, it's like that already for the most part.
Well, that's
But
what it's supposed
I
to be.
really do
That was
embrace
by
it.
design.
I really do embrace it. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I like talking to the players. Like, and this is what made it so hard for me. You can ask Bill last year. Is I bring my personal feelings into this business when it comes to the sponsorship. Like, I'm like, there's no way we can drop these people. I love this person. Like, I'll just be like, I can't do it. I mean, I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, and like, there's players like that for me, and it's good because like Bill says, he's the accountant. He has the robot mind. He doesn't care about your feelings.
I want you to know there are at least 5 players on the CBC team that are very scared of me, and for no freaking reason whatsoever.
Because you're mean, dude.
They're for zero reason whatsoever. But there's about 5 of them that are a little standoffish, are a little like I'm afraid of what Bill may say if I say this, and if I mention something, if I say anything in chat or anything like that, it's a scary thing, dude. And I'm not like that.
I don't know what it's because. Yeah, maybe RBF, like Shannon says. But
Wait, what?
do you know what that is?
Yeah, resting B face.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It
could be sometimes.
My wife says that too.
Some of like I said, you're kind of like a robot. You know,
We're all
like you think like Elon. You know, like there's not a lot of empathy with you, and that's okay.
No, there's not.
We need it. We need the balance. Because I'm the guy who cares about people's livelihoods. That's me.
I see right through the BS.
You do, yeah. I mean, I see through the BS, but I'll give you some compassion.
Luckily I have an open mind. If I didn't have an open mind and was like this,
Yeah,
bro, that
like
would be
well, yeah, because then you'd be a
terrible.
You'd be a tyrant.
Luckily, I can recognize faults and things like that and be like, you're right.
But it's why Bill and we really do usually pick a good team because he has the logic more and I've got the compassion, and we meet in the middle.
I'd say emotion, not compassion. Emotion.
It's compassion. I feel compassion for the players.
No.
That is the emotion. We could say emotion. I don't.
No. I don't.
I
I'm
love
messing with
these players. I love. I mean, almost all.
I
of
do
them.
too. I'm grateful for every player that we get.
Yes, you are grateful for them, but Bill looks at them like just robots throwing bags for him. Where are my dollar bills?
Hey,
no, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Dylan,
that's a joke.
Dylan, how did number 1 do last week? That's what I text you usually.
Yeah.
And you have the list of the 1 through 23, and then you got to look it up
Nate
and be like,
Stevens is like NS3, you know, or NS43.
It was I was making a joke. Yeah. No, it doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
Mustache mama.
And I also am the one that actually like where you say that. I also have the hard conversations too, though. Like so,
I gotta work that into them. I gotta work the logic into them a little bit. So.
I do have the hard conversations too. That like, if somebody's out of line, I am the one having the conversations. Like, hey, this is out of line. I'm having those conversations too. It was my idea for the player suspension this year. You know, which was something we never thought we were gonna have to do.
Yeah,
but that was my idea. I dropped the hammer, son.
You gonna talk about my idea for that, or are we?
What was your idea?
Sweeping that one under the rug.
What was your idea?
Well, it was a little worse.
Yeah, you were thinking full cut.
But you talked me into it, and that's
Compassion.
me an open mind.
Compassion.
Yeah, right. and you were right. And you were right. Love the guy. Love.
Ricky Evans is not on that list. Chris, you're on the list. The unsponsorable
Yeah,
list.
Chris, you're on the list, dude.
Definitely.
You're on the list.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just because of your Facebook posts.
We're just joking.
All right, folks. If you guys don't have any questions, man, we'll
Ed
get out of
says,
here.
wait, Dylan is the one. Look, having compassion doesn't mean you can't walk up to anybody and say whatever the heck you think is right.
Well, I'm passionate about that.
Dylan's
Yeah.
passionate about that, and Dylan needs time to think. And usually on the spot, when he goes up to people and says whatever he wants, it's usually the right call. Usually, sometimes it's been wrong, but most of the time
the
it's right.
problem is it's usually those situations where I think that you're wrong in my moral opinion is mainly the problem is I use my own morals to interject my opinion, right? Like to onto somebody, and I don't. At that point, my compassion's gone, and I speak in bluntness, right? I speak in sentences with periods,
And,
you know.
and 95% of the time, I think we probably agree on the morals and the opinions that come out afterward. There is a 5% difference, though, that it's like, well, while I agree, that probably shouldn't have been stated in that way because this is a business and not
Yeah.
about us personal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's where I think it goes.
Like I said earlier, like I have a lot of my own personality in the company.
Dylan is the most direct at CBC, and I like that. I agree with you at 100%.
Bill is
you
more-
come up to the tent. That bag costs $250. Dylan says, "Give me $250."
Yeah. I'm not doing a lot of deals. Bill usually does the deals.
I exactly, but I'm the guy with RBF, and I do the deals.
Somehow I do end up protecting our money in that way. I don't know how that happens. I just if they're $80, they're $80. And Bill's like, we get them now. It's like, all right.
Aaron, I have no idea what you want to circle back to, brother. So not gonna happen.
He's talking about if we're talking about the bag companies going down next year. We don't know, Aaron. I guess we'll just find out. I think that we might lose a couple. Sure. I think that we're a few years out from losing the majority of them. If I was going to be honest with you, I think if the pattern continues of raising the entry fee to get in, and the amount of sponsorships and stuff, I think that we could see a 50% drop in the next 5 years.
This is our thought on it, Aaron. I don't know how much you pay attention to the bag companies and things like that, and how it's going with it. But our thought on it is right now for 75. I believe 75 bag companies. I don't know how many.
Like
75. Well, whatever the count is up to right now. I believe it's over 70 even this year. Last year 75. It's a hobby for every company. It's a hobby. Is it a business? Do we make money selling bags? Yeah, sure. But it's a hobby for most of them. There are some companies that people have been the owner operator and have made enough money to not have a job and things like that. But if it's just a one-man show and the business can't grow past that, we've also heard those people having complaints about, paying for braces for kids and paying for, things like that. So if it's on that situation, it's either I'm always on this limb where I could fall off, or always on this tightrope where I'm trying to stand up straight and balance myself. And we believe that at some point it should be a little bit easier than that anyway, with fewer bag companies. I think that's both of our thoughts.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in the
that.
ACO that's doing this as their full-time job. Without receiving without receiving income from somewhere else.
Right.
Like if you're a disabled veteran and you're making all this money, if you're
one of those people that are, if out of 70 something, there's got to be at least one that is that, right? You're freaking struggling.
Yeah, you're getting by.
And that's all I'm saying. That's all, you're getting by. But
I guess if we were a one-man show and still somehow did everything that we did and produced the exact amount,
couldn't happen.
Yeah, if we could though, we would live in lower middle class. You know what I mean? It would be, and you would be hustling.
Yeah,
hustling, and the amount of money you would have had to spend to even get there.
Yeah, Aaron. So that's our final stance on it. If you want to go back and look at what we said about sponsorships and what we believe that the ACO is kind of hopefully going to move to someday and things like that, we did talk about that a little bit. But I personally think, my opinion, you got to reduce the number of bag companies.
Aaron's dumpster fire bags, Bill.
And that's is he done? Okay,
yeah.
Dumpster fire.
Just so you know.
Yeah. No, we like the name. Remember we talked about the name?
Yeah, we were.
What was that? Wait, dumpster fire bags. But one of the bag names was something. Dude, we laughed our butts off at the bag name.
It was like what was that one? It had a curse word in it.
It was
for sure.
Funny though. It was
the dumpster
really
fire shitstorm.
Yeah, shitstorm. That was it. That was.
Excuse my language.
We
excuse my language.
Yeah, love the name of the bag there.
Yeah, it's something, man. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, there were a lot of complaints in the meetings that we had as bag partners, people complaining about the price. I'm not going to say that we're over here excited about it, but we're definitely welcoming it. There's got to be a step in a direction that the bag companies are limited. If any of us want to quit and put full time into this, which then produces a better product for the players, right? And then we make more money, sponsorships get higher. I mean, why do you guys think that the ACL bag companies are able to pay $20,000, $40,000? It's because there's only like 8 to 12 of them that are successful, and everybody from the worst players up to the sponsored players are buying bags from those 8 to 12 companies. That's why they're making money. In the ACO, where we have 5,000 players and 75 bag companies, and anybody that at least tries hard enough to get a sponsorship and say they're going to do something can get free bags. That's a customer out of the market. Probably, I would take a guess that 30 to 40% of the ACO market is sponsored. And that's ridiculous.
It is.
And by sponsor, I mean discounts, I mean free stuff, I mean
Discounts, free stuff,
like that.
whatever it is. If you're doing anything like that whatsoever to players, that is that's a legitimate sponsorship. You are either coaxing or outright saying, hey, if you throw my bags, I'm going to give you 2 free sets a year, 2 free sets every 6 months, or I'm going to give you 2 free sets this month and you have to sell 2 sets. Whatever it is, it's the same thing. And you run into it where almost every player has somebody like that that's doing something for them, a bag company that's doing that, and we think it's wrong. We think it's wrong.
We think there should be some sort. I don't like to say the word like gatekeeping, but there should be some sort of level you have to reach before you receive those type of benefits.
And that's not based off of PPR. That's not based off of
performance.
It's not based off of that at all. There are many things that could have a player do that. I have seen. I'll give you a good example of what I don't believe in. Right, I have seen at I believe it was Worlds. It may have just been a major in Owensboro. No, there's one in Owensboro.
Maybe it's a different story.
Where somebody's throwing our bags. And then they come up and they say, hey, this guy said that they were going to sponsor me, so can I get a refund for these bags? Right? They bought those bags from us 12 hours in advance or something like that. And then said, hey, never knew this guy before in my life. Never met him before in my life. Bought bags from us. And then all of a sudden somebody sponsored just to get their bags out there.
Yeah.
Out there. And that's, I'll tell you what, folks. You ever fill out an application, you put something out, like whatever you want. We have a huge section to put whatever you want. If you say, I'm going to get your bags out there, please define more of what that is other than just out there. Because I don't know what that means.
Right.
You know what I mean? But anyway, this person had a sponsorship deal from somebody else, wanted to return the bags after throwing them and washing them the night before and stuff like that. The hat, the shirt, literally everything. Yeah. And this person was like, PPR was not great, never hit top tournaments, spoke really well, and was somebody that loved the game at that point.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I didn't even know you were looking for that. You just bought the bag. What are you talking about? Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Return those? And am I supposed to return his money? Like that's
that's
weird.
crazy. Yeah.
But that happens.
Yep. Well,
that's what I think is wrong.
Yeah.
When somebody else just goes out and sponsors somebody that literally probably should
be a customer, right? We had the same situation in Spooky Nook. Somebody who bought a couple sets of our bags. They shopped around to bag companies for about an hour and was sponsored in a couple hours. It's like, oh, I'm throwing this bag now. I don't know if you remember that one, Bill, at Spooky Nook.
Shirts, hats, everything.
Yep, shirts, hats for free. This guy threw sub-7 PPR. And, does not an active player, not a tournament director, not a traveler, right? Anything like that. Received a sponsorship that day.
It is one.
So
if I was a player, I'll tell you what, I'd be going to every single
and that's all the people have to do.
Be like, hey, you want me to throw your bags? Give me freaking free bags.
Yep.
Like and that, it seems like a lot of players, it's all they have to do.
Right.
It seems like that, and I think that's wrong. That's why I want to reduce the number of bag companies.
Ian asked the question here, Bill. I'll read it for you. So you said, how much weight will location of the player and ability to grow CBC in their area play in the sponsorship selection process?
If they have an Instagram, it's almost certain that person gets at least a call and a hello.
Oh, man. Yeah, Ian,
I'm joking.
Ian, just so you guys know, Ian is somebody who has had some good performances in the ACO, new to the ACO, plays a little more ACL. He's in an area that's ACL dominated and trying to grow ACO. So obviously this question is specific to him. And I think it's a good question because does it have weight in the sponsorship selection process? I'd say so, especially if our bags... It'd be hard for us to sponsor somebody that lives in Clarksville, like multiple players in Clarksville. We have Bryce, and to sponsor more people in Clarksville Clarksville is very saturated with CBC bags, so the opportunity for that person to sell bags just from their presence is very low. Somebody like somebody on the West Coast where we don't have a lot of bags until Graybill, but let's say we didn't have Graybill out there. Somebody like that we'd be very interested in sponsoring because we don't have any bags out there on the West Coast. Like, we're getting online orders, but what I'm saying is we don't have a sponsored player pushing bags out there. Somebody like Ian, who's in his area in Pennsylvania where there's not a lot, could be somebody where that factors in. It's a good question.
I don't only want to say that about you specifically, Ian. I also do want to tell you that, we met you out there. What tournament was that? It was Dalton, Georgia is where we met you. And I know you and I clicked right away because we talked about the Stokel and then, my mother's maiden name, which is Stockel. And, people from the same place. It was just a unique name that we talked about. I'm not going to say that was it. But you do it right. You do it right. You came up to us. You bought a set of freaking bags. You've been throwing them. You've been posting stuff like that. Like, you're a good guy. Like, we met you one time at a freaking tournament. You're a good guy, dude. You message us, we talk about it, and that's what we want.
Well, and Ian's bought
know
bags.
what I mean?
I tried to offer him a little bit of a discount. He wouldn't even receive it.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even accept the discount.
So
no, like you said, and like we spoke to earlier, what's the best way to get on the team, right? Throw the bags. Promote the bags, right? Show support to us.
It's just,
we see it, right? And that's the thing. Somebody like Shannon Roberts, Shannon's somebody, I think she's received like some free t-shirts and stuff. I hope so. Geez, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, her filling out an application is a big deal to us. Shannon's been amazing to us. We've had a ton of people like this. Gibby and bag reps, David Jones. I mean, there are countless names who they put in the work before they asked for anything. And I think that's a big deal,
right?
Go
agree.
out there and put in the work. Nobody's entitled to jack,
just good people. Good people.
Be good
that's all
people.
Good people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I got Aaron saying, as a new bag maker, it's a unique scenario. I agree with your stance for sure. Hopefully that's about reducing the number of bag companies. Not jealous of the position the ACO is in having to regulate this. Yeah, I'm not jealous of that either. I hope the ACO can figure it out. I know. I think it's changing. I really do, Aaron. This is something that I've had a contention point with the ACO, and I hope it's changing. But for a very long time, it's survival of the fittest, and I agree with that to a point, right? Competition is very good for certain places because it pushes people to make better products, and I like that a lot. But I started giving them a analogy or a metaphor for that, or whatever. Well, I think it's an analogy. I think that's the appropriate term for this. And it was if you had a small town with, we'll just say, a population of 100 people, and there were 10 restaurants in that town, and they were all great. They all had great service. You marked them the same for all these restaurants. One was Mexican, one was Asian cuisine, one was whatever it is. You just name 10, and it's your favorite. And they're always good servers. They're always good everything in that competition. Zero of them can possibly survive because the population is too low. Right. And that's something we're restricted to right now is the ACOs. That's why our goal has always been grow the ACO. That's what CBC's main push is grow the ACO.
Yeah.
And it helps other bag companies. It helps us at the same time. But that's why we stream. That's why we do a podcast. That's why we do so much stuff that we can possibly bring anybody into the ACO because it's better for everybody on something like that. I think there are too many companies and the population is too small for everybody to survive. So we're trying to grow that population. That's what I would say to that anyway.
Yeah, although we don't believe it's the responsibility of the bag makers.
No, I don't either. I don't either. We still try our best.
We are in a position to where it's obviously beneficial to us to do that. Like I said, we also have connected with other bag makers to help create certain things that push the sport forward. We have a lot of conversations because there's a middle ground with other bag makers. We all know what we're struggling with for the most part, But yeah, putting in the extra effort and not doing anything, halfway. We don't do anything halfway around here. And you'll see a lot of people, I don't want to say emulate us. I just want to say emulate people that look successful. and they do something halfway, or they jump into it too quickly, or they want to go the easy route. Nothing we've done here has been the easy route, and that it's something that is taking a toll on us. But it's something we're grateful for because we know what we're putting out. Like, we know the product is so good because of the amount of time and effort we put in. It's something you have to do. You know, you have to go hard at it, full in.
You can't be afraid for something new. If
Yeah.
you see graphics by a company that they put them out and they're phenomenal, you gotta learn to make this freaking graphic. You gotta do it. You gotta spend the time to do it, and it takes a lot of time.
The new fill
You gotta
combos,
do
the
it.
new materials, the
Fill combos, material,
the
whatever.
broadcast, the podcast updates. I mean, it goes over. It's unrelenting. I mean, it's crazy.
It is. We're doing a tournament next weekend. We're going to be streaming it, and we got a lot of new equipment thanks to Ed Estes from Bullseye Cornhole. He hooked us up with a lot of the equipment here. He's going to be there, so hopefully he gives me all the help in the world with OBS and can set us up beautifully.
Yeah,
I doubt he's going to, but if he doesn't, I'll do it. No big deal.
Shannon said we got to get into the backyard market. I agree, Shannon. The ACO, for some reason, as much as it should appeal to the backyard market, you see ACO on ESPN. ESPN seems to be where people go for sports, and obviously that's a big deal.
I hate making excuses. I hate to hear this out of Dylan's mouth because I know there's a way to crack into that, Shannon, and I love that freaking comment because it sits there and it's wonderful. He has an excuse. I also have an excuse for it, and mine is, how the heck do you compete with $20, eight bags from Walmart? For people who don't care as much as you and I do.
Yeah.
And I still think we can do it, though. I still think we can do it. Somehow we're going to figure that out, and we're going to get there.
We're going to get there.
But yeah, let's get out of here, Dylan. We've kept these
2
people
hours.
way too long.
Yeah.
Thank you guys very much for tuning in. And if you're staying here the entire time, thank you much for staying here this long.
There's 3 weekends left. 4 weekends? 3 weekends. 1, 2, 3. 3 weekends, I believe. I don't know. Anyways, we'll see y'all in Branson. The season's almost done.
I hope to see you in Branson. If I don't see you, it's going to be Dylan Sola.
Well, if we're not going to Branson, we're not going to Branson. It is what it is. I'd like to go.
Work has changed.
Yeah,
Work has changed.
Bill's work has changed.
If we can go, we're gonna be there. And I'm gonna try my butt off. You know me. I'm gonna try my butt off to be there. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. But keep grinding, folks. We will see you. Keep an eye out for the applications. Like I said, some information will be coming out. And then next week, maybe this weekend, dropping the Envies. So be ready for Envy pre-order. And then next week, they will go fully live. So the CBC Envy, folks, I'm telling you, this is the next big thing.
Ian, send me a message about these Envies. Seriously.
Yeah, Ian might really like.
Send us a message because these will be right up your alley.
Yeah,
they really will. They're insane bags. So you'll like them a lot.
All right, folks. We appreciate you. This is CBC Faith Family 4 Baggers.
Out.